Hi, at the end of 2020, another 20% of computers in the world are using Windows 7. But why do so many people still choose Windows 7? It is the right choice. Let's see why Windows 7 is better than dozens. And if you have a 7 on your computer, write a comment and do not forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell. The first, performance of Windows 7. In the tests of operating systems on our channel, we compared the performance of a computer in different editions of Windows. And the 7 showed very good results. It is especially good at using RAM. It needs a little over 1 GB. Thus, if the computer has only 2 GB of RAM, there will be some memory for work tasks. The 7 also showed good performance with hard disk memory and RAM in the program loading test. It was the fastest to launch an application loading a lot of files. And in tests for converting files, it lost only the Enterprise edition, beating the Home and Professional editions in performance. The conclusion is obvious. If you have an old computer and a little RAM, the 7 will help it run a little faster than some other editions of Windows. But we'll come back to this later. The second, interface and control. This is probably the main reason why people love the 7, although I put it as the second point. Windows 7 is pretty nicely designed, and the settings seems to be simpler than in the new 10. However, is it really so? Maybe we just got used to it. For many of our subscribers, the 7 is the system that they first saw when they got a computer at home. It is associated with new pleasant emotions. Maybe that's why it seems beautiful and easy to use. Will it be easy for a person who has learned to work in Windows 10 and its parameters and is not familiar with the 7 to customize its control panel? What do you think? Write in the comments. We can definitely say that some things in the interface of the 7 are really better. For example, there are no constantly annoying notifications in it. It also makes it easy to disable updates. In the top 10 it is more difficult and not everyone succeeds. Unfortunately, this is where the pros of Windows 7 end, and it's time to talk about what you should consider using the 7. It doesn't have normal built-in protection against viruses, as it is in the top 10. Therefore, if you use the internet, and even more so download various games, movies and so on, you need to install a good antivirus, and this is an additional load on the RAM and processor. Although Microsoft officially ended support for Windows 7 at January 14, 2020, you can still activate it using the keys that you find on the website your laptop. You should not download cracked pirated builds. It is not safe. There is a serious risk that such Windows will contain viruses and spyware. Even if everything is clean there, the pirated build is usually less stable than original and will need to be reinstalled earlier. So, in any case, whether you are working on a computer with Windows 7 or playing games, you should worry about security. Use the original build and antivirus. Compatibility is another area where the 7 is losing out and more every year. Firstly, new computers no longer have drivers for Windows 7. This means that it will not be able to use some of the devices, and then what's the point of installing it at all? Secondly, Windows 7 doesn't support DirectX 12, and therefore new games that use it. But if you have an old or weak computer, then you don't need to worry about this. New games will not start on it anyway. And if you have a new PC with normal hardware, then again, there is no point in installing a 7, it will not give you any real increase in speed. And so we smoothly move on to the conclusions. What is better now? Windows 7 or Windows 10? The first option. If your PC is old and weak, for example a 2-core processor and 2-3 GB of RAM, you can choose Windows 7 x64, especially if you like its design and interface. The 7 will give you good performance, also do not forget to activate it and install antivirus. But there is an alternative, for example Windows 10 Enterprise LTSB 2016. According to our tests, it consumes the same amount of memory, while it has a built-in Windows Defender antivirus, and almost all unnecessary programs are cut out. Unlike the 7, LTSB will be supported and updated until 2026. The same edition, but in 2019, is labeled LTSC. It will consume a little more, 1.5 GB of RAM, but will give more performance. The only downside to this alternative is the design and interface, which takes some getting used to. The second option is if you have an average but rather powerful PC, for example a 4 or 8 core processor, more than 4 GB of RAM, there will not be much difference between the 7 and 10. The only question is your preferences. In this case, Windows 10, including Enterprise, will allow you to connect new devices as well as use new Windows functions which are not in the 7. The third option, you have a new PC, 2019 and younger. Your variant is Windows 10. It remains only to choose the edition. Watch about it on our channel and make your decision. Rate this video with like and comment, share it with your friends and stay with us. See you on there!